So a little while back, we bought a Mark III Supra for a shop project. This would be an 86 and a half. This would be the first of the Supras that's actually a dedicated car for that line, not a option package for the Celica. And this one has the 7MGE, which is the non-turbo version with a manual transmission. And the previous owner kind of said that it was a new engine in it, essentially a JDM or Japanese takeout engine, and compression tests showed that that was most likely true. But this thing was in really rough shape. It had almost 250,000 miles on it. Door hinges were so shot that you really had to struggle to get the door to close on the driver's side. But we actually fixed that by taking the front fender off so you could actually take one hinge at a time. We drilled it out for actually American size hinge repair kits, which are available anywhere. One of them was ovaled into the hinge enough anyway that that was a good solution. Exhaust on the car they just had a downpipe, and that's where the exhaust ended. So we actually put a high flow cat on it, and then used a pair of Flowmasters we took off the Duster that they just were way too much drone on that car. But anyway, to get that to fit in the Supra, one of them didn't quite fit the space allowed in front of the axle, so we cut it into a two chambers. So it's kind of a set of Flowmasters in series from a two chamber to a three. Gives the car a really nice exhaust note, not too loud until you get the RPMs up, but real nice tone to it. Some of the other problems with front suspension was pretty well shot. So lower ball joints, of course, are easy to get a hold of for these, and they were horrible, so we fixed that. Had some power steering issues. All the struts were shot.
And let David park it. Yeah, this is one little wreck was the back, but I think he'll pull that out, probably put the JDM tail lights on it. So, guess plenty of room in here without Father's motorhome. Yeah, all the LEDs in the back wing work.
So the current owner had purchased some adjustable coilovers, so that way he could lower it down a little bit, and they ended up being a nice option. Unfortunately, a lot of the bushings for the car are not available in rubber, so he actually did polyurethane all the way around, including on the rear subframe. Granted, the subframe we didn't originally intend to drop, but one of the rear bolts needed to be cut off, and it was easier to get the frame down. When we did, that's when we realized it had actually split open, and in fact the rear differential was about the only thing holding it together. And this created some issues, of course, because it was too far gone to weld up, and so he had to search for another one, and that actually was going to take him some time. So that's where we actually, it was one of the first jobs around the shop for the new rollback, and that was to pull it off the lift and get it outside. And so we had made a little bit of a skid using some Trex decking, which actually slides real nice. But this has been the first time I saw the car doing mad skids, or I guess that's actually on a skid, but that still works. And anyway, with the high mileage of the car, there's a few issues and still need to be addressed. Like synchros in the transmission are pretty rough. Probably gonna need to look at the clutch when he does that. But this is actually still a really nice driving car. It's considered a GT car, so you're not ridiculous horsepower. So this car ends up, as you kind of get it squared away, or if you find one in good shape, they actually are a fantastic drive. Fully independent suspension, and Interior's fairly nice and got a few options. Well, this one isn't nice, but they can be. And it was an enjoyable drive for while I had it, and I think the new owner really enjoys it. And he's kind of a fan of 80s cars, and a car with a giant wing with large LEDs in it and pop-up headlights. I don't know if you can scream 80s any more than that. And thanks for watching.